had an opportunity to meet Trump in Detroit. Some of y'all are familiar with it, some of y'all not so much. Because some of y'all are cross-platform participants and you've subscribed to other channels that I got going on and stuff like that. Man, some of y'all only here for the Millionaire Morning Show, and maybe it's a couple of y'all that's just now observing what we do over here. And we are the greatest morning show on earth because we always trying to figure out how it comes back down to the money. But here's this. Let me say this. I have had the opportunity recently, this past weekend, this Friday, to actually go and get into an intimate venue, which there was less than 50 people and it was invite only. So when Trump came here to Detroit, get some hand sanitizer in a minute. When Trump came here to Detroit this past weekend, because we all know that Michigan is a battleground state, and Kamala Harris also came here also, and they had two separate rallies, right? And so I don't know where Kamala Harris's was, but I know a lot of people that was invited to it. And Trump also had one at Cobo. We call it Cobo, but it's the former Cobo, and it's now Huntington Place, and it's the big convention center where they have the auto show and everything like that, right? And Kamala Harris had some small events where she brought out Lizzo, and Lizzo doesn't even live here. It's a weird thing to have people that fly in from California. Some people told me, and I can't confirm this to be true or false, some people told me that they're actually paying entertainers to show up and endorse her for president of the United States of America. Can anybody confirm that? Can anybody confirm whether or not they are paying entertainers to come in? Somebody told me Meg Thee Stallion got a bag to perform in Atlanta. They said she got a bag to perform in Atlanta. And then we seen Usher recently come out. I was questioning his validity because of the whole accusation of Diddy and the tapes and stuff like that. And then Lizzo. They brought Lizzo out. They gave her a script. And then she came in and she made a pitch. She knew all of the lingo. Of course, she was born here, but she doesn't live here. She lives in a $15 million mansion out in California. And they bring these people in here to endorse. But it's funny because when I looked at the Trump rally on TV, the one that was at Huntington Place or Cobo, I seen it and it was, I seen Trick Trick. Now, Trick Trick is a rapper here in Detroit, and some people will say, well, he's local, but he's had an international hit. And he's worked with Eminem and stuff. But Trick actually lives here in Detroit. He's actually a participant in the city. And I got to salute him because he actually lives here. Now, I may not necessarily agree with the culture, but I always try to understand what's really happening on the ground, right? And with that being said, again, I had the opportunity to meet Trump. Before he went and did that event, the big event, he had a very small invite-only event where he spoke to the people. Obviously, he talked about the things that he stood for as far as Michigan and the manufacturing and China and all of that stuff. And then he went and he took pictures with a lot of people. And he kind of kicked it, and so it was a really awesome event. And shout out to everybody that's associated with me that put me in certain positions to be able to, get these opportunities. But I will tell you, he is a very, very, very likable person. He's very endearing. He takes his time and he kicks it with everybody. You could tell that he really treats the Secret Service really well. I had an opportunity to kick it with some of the people that works in the Secret Service, and I'm not going to talk about that because, I can't talk about that. But I will tell you that it was a great experience. It was really, really great. And there's nobody, I'm not sure if there's anybody that you can put on the Democratic side that would cause for me to vote against Trump. And let me tell you why I voted for him. Outside of actually meeting with him, because I actually voted for him before I had an opportunity to meet with him, right? And so my vote is based off of not identity politics. It's not aligning with a specific group. My vote is based off of several different things, and here's what they are. And this is me personally. I think that everybody should vote and be an informed voter, but just be able to substantiate your argument. But this is what I stand for. All right. First, I believe in God. That's my number one thing. Above above the money, above America, above all of that, I am a Christian first. I may not be the type of Christian that you like. You may not like the fact that I'm a little bit more abrasive when it comes to holding people accountable. But the reality is that I will never denounce God, and I absolutely love God. I adore God, and I'm very, very thankful every single morning. When I brush my teeth, it's the first thing that I say when I wake up in the morning is thank you. Thank you, Jesus. That's the first thing that I say when I wake up in the morning. It's the first thing that I say when I wake up in the morning is thank you, Jesus. And when I look at, forget the candidates right now when it comes to Christianity or what your belief system is. When I look at the two parties, the differences between them, it's weird to me. It's so weird to me how y'all are supporting a party, or you can align with a party that don't even believe in what you believe. Forget what they say. They don't even acknowledge God. If you can't be the same way that you are all the time, regardless of what venue you go into, and we're going to go into her little church appearance in a minute. If you can't be the same person all the time, but you got to switch it up and you got to code switch, I'm not saying that you got to be as abrasive. You ain't supposed to be out there shooting hoops with your homeboys at the same time that you playing golf with your boss. But the point is that how can you align with a party that believes in deleting babies and call yourself a believer? How can you align with a party that believes that you can be whatever it is that you want to be regardless of what you were born biologically? That's not of God. It's not of God. How can you believe and align yourself with a party that, in the name of reproductive rights, they use it as a form of contraception? She just appeared on stage with Billy Porter, or at the White House lawn with Billy Porter. They just let a bunch of biologically born men go out there and pretend like they women on the White House lawn just a little bit ago, but then they'll show up in the pulpit. I can't align with a party. Now, I'm not saying that everybody is going to believe the way that I believe, because everybody believes differently, but I can't align with a party that champions and celebrates and wears pride shirts that absolutely disrespects. You don't have to believe what I believe, but you can't disrespect my God. You can't say, oh, you must be at the wrong rally when they say Jesus is Lord, Christ is King. Above all, I'm a Christian first. I'm a believer first. Secondly, I'm an American. And the fact that they are allocating resources for people that are not even America, and we got our own backyard to fix. Y'all keep supporting all of this stuff and all of these foreign manufacturers and stuff like that and all of these foreign policies and stuff. Man, I don't care nothing about them before I care about what's happening here in the United States of America. That would be like me caring about what you do and the black before I start to care about the people that's in my own household. No, I got to fix my own household before I start giving out money to everybody else. My daughter can't be desolate. My daughter can't be out here begging for student loans before I can't distribute money before I make sure that my daughter's college fund is taken care of. Before she got food on her table. As long as it's homeless people here in the United States of America, as long as it's veterans here that can't stand up and do what they're supposed to do and get their own health care coverage, as long as it's people that's suffering, that's real American citizens. And that don't mean that I don't believe in immigration, but God, just on a fundamental level, policy-wise, I don't believe in larger government. I absolutely believe in smaller government and all of the bureaucratic process. I don't believe in overtaxes. I don't believe that we should be teaching things that is not scientifically. We should be teaching science, math, geography, and so on and so forth inside of our schools instead of teaching this nonsense about gender affirmation. I don't believe in defunding the police. I believe that we need stronger police presence in order to ensure that we have the safety that we need inside of our neighborhoods. I mean, You can literally just go straight down the line and say, yep, I believe in that. Nope, I don't believe in that. You can blindfold it, and then you can remove the blindfolds, and it'll tell you, do you want to vote for Trump? Do you want to vote for Kamala Harris? Absolutely. 100%. You can't tell me that she and they did a better job in the last 3.5 years than he did in 2016 through 2020. The data and the statistics back it up. Low inflation, high job growth, higher wages. Black community had record unemployment. And I'm talking about good jobs. I'm not just talking about going to get a job. Good jobs. Save the steel industry. Tariffs on China. We over and disproportionately pay the majority of what's going into NATO. You ain't my ally if you ain't putting in on this, man. If I'm the person that's always got to pay for everything, I'm the person that's always got to buy the pizza, then we not friends. You just a leech. I don't believe in what's going on with these wars, these forever wars, these proxy wars. How are y'all justifying being able to vote for somebody? Look, we hold Kamala Harris accountable and we say, listen, why haven't she participated and done the things that she says that she's going to do when she's been in office for the last 3.5+ years? Here's the thing that they don't say. If Trump is such a dictator and he's so racist and he's so bad, then why didn't he do it for the 4 years that he was in office? Why didn't he lock all of the black people up? Why did he create the opportunity zones? Why did he continue to help fund HBCUs? If he's such a racist and such a dictator, how in the hell didn't he do it in the last 4 years that he was in office? And why didn't she make the transformations in the last 3.5 years that she was in office? If it's so much about identity politics and if it's all about black men being held accountable for not getting her in office, why should black men have loyalty to her and she didn't even marry one of y'all? If it's so much about race, which I don't believe in identity politics, I think you should go where you celebrate it, not where you tolerate it, then why didn't she marry one of y'all? If it's about identity politics, then that means that we need to throw that out the window. We need to throw that out the window because she didn't even do the thing that y'all advocating for us to do. And I don't believe in identity politics, but it shows the hypocrisy in what y'all talking about. Why am I aligning with somebody based off a proposed race? Because I don't know what she is, and I'm not even going to assume what it is. But why would I advocate for something when that's not even a reflection of how she lived her life? She did not call Tyrone. She didn't do none of that. She said, teach me how to Dougie. Teach me how to Dougie. Everybody love me. She ain't called Tyrone. She said, teach me how to Dougie. I'm just saying. Are we gonna get to it? She did not call Tyrone. She said, teach me how to Dougie. Everybody love me. Everybody love me. I'm supposed to be on some code that y'all created that I wasn't familiar with. Somebody send me the code that we supposed to be on. Somebody send me this code that we supposed to be on that I'm not familiar with. Where's this code? Where's this code that I'm supposed to be on? Somebody in the chat send me the code. I'm not familiar with it. Somebody send me the code. I'm not familiar with it in the chat. Where's the code at? She wouldn't marry you. She wouldn't marry you. Wouldn't marry you. And I think that people should be able to marry whoever it is that they love. But don't hold me to some standard. Please don't hold me to some standard that you not a part of, that she not even a part of. You can't hold me to some standard that you not familiar with. You know what I'm saying? No.